everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, back with another video for you in my series called Flashcards. Today's card is just kind of a unique window opening, and you notice my focal image comes over the opening just a little bit. Just another example of how we can use our flashcards and create cards that look totally different every single time. I was really pleased with how this one came out, and I got to use some of the brand new stamps from Stampin' Up's new catalog. So let's get started with today's card. As always, we'll begin with our flashcard template. Now, if you've not seen the first video that explains flashcards, you can find that by going to YouTube and searching Connie Stewart flashcards. It'll be the first video to pop up. I'll share with you how to create this template, and you just keep using these pieces in lots of different ways to create lots of different cards. Now, my colors today are in Coastal Cabana and Whisper White. My card base is in this oh so yummy color called Crisp Cantaloupe. I've cut that at 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. So just a standard card size. All right, well, we're going to begin with our Whisper White, and we're going to get going on that. I'm going to be using 2 stamp sets today. I'll be using the new set called Chalk Talk and also Really Good Greetings. I love these. I especially love Chalk Talk. Why? Because it comes with framelits, which means it comes as a bundle as well, and so you can get the framelits and the stamp set together. I won't be using the framelits today, but obviously we'll be using this stamp set. And the Really Good Greetings, oh my gosh, can't go wrong with greetings, right? Okay, well, let's start with the For You stamp from the Chalk Talk, and I've got my Crisp Cantaloupe ink pad. And if you guys will just stamp that right in the middle, as best to in the middle as you can get. I'm then going to use the 1 3/8 inch circle punch, and we're just going to punch that out. Set that off to the side. Now that we have this piece, I'm going to come in now with the Coastal Cabana, and from Chalk Talk, same stamp set, I'm going to use this great label. Now you notice there's a hole in the middle. That's so awesome because it's going to make this so much easier. What I want to do is, I can kind of see I'm lining this up. Want to make sure I'm on both, you know, that I'm equal with both sides of my cardstock and up and down. So it's not as crucial that I get that dead on. See how I missed that? That's fine. It's fine. And you know what? If I really messed up, we'll just do it on the other side because we have magic 2-sided paper. Hey, I even like that one better. So there you go. We'll use that one. All right, so I've got that done. And now I'm going to come in with my Coastal Cabana cardstock, and we're going to do a little punching. We're going to start with our decorative label punch. You guys know I use this one all the time, so hopefully you've bought this one from Simply Simple Stamping. Now, when you push this into your cardstock, I can actually feel that cardstock kind of cutting my fingers a little bit. Well, not actually cutting, but you know what I mean. Now, I don't want to get too close to the edge, so I'm going to push it in just a little so that I have just a little bit of cardstock there. Because I know my fingers are touching, I know it's equal on both sides, and we get that, which is exactly what we need. What I'm shooting for is I need to be able to cover that up. So you can see I don't want to get too close. I was pushing it, but we did it. Now we're going to come in, I'll set that one off to the side. I'm going to come in with the 1 3/4 inch scallop circle, and I want you to do the exact same thing. I'm touching, so I know that I'm in. Let's make sure I'm in far enough so my edge doesn't show. And I'm going to punch out that piece. So we've got this. I need one more little punch, and I'm going to use the Itty Bitty Punch Shapes, that little flower. And I'm just going to come in here at the end and punch out a little flower. All right, well, we're going to set all those pieces off to the side. And now that we have this done, I'm going to show you how to do this little fun decorative edge. I just thought it would be better than a sharp edge. I'm going to come back in with that decorative label punch. You're going to love this. I'm just going to line up the edges of my cardstock like so. I'm going to bring it into my punch, and hopefully you can see that okay. You can almost see I'm making almost like a little heart shape. And we're just going to punch that out. Then that way, when it lines up, you can see my punches are perfect. Ha ha! We like perfect around here. Okay, whoops. And then you're just going to continue to do this on all sides. And now we're ready to adhere this together when we have all that done. When you go to adhere it together, I want to encourage you to flip it over, put your adhesive on, and flip it back. The reason why, we want to make sure all of our punched edges are equal on all 4 sides. And if I had accidentally flipped it around, they may not have been equal. So just a little tip, if you'll just flip it towards you and adhere it, you'll be much happier. Now I have one of those already done. It looks like this. And let me show you how I did this little edge here. Well, you know what? It's not anything, it's rocket science. Let me just bring this in. I just took my paper piercer and I just pierced a hole there. I had 10 inches of Calypso, or not Calypso coral. Yes, Calypso coral. Ooh, I hope I've been calling that crisp cantaloupe, because this is Calypso coral. Oh, guys, you know, sometimes you just have those days. Okay, well, anyway, I just run that through the hole, and you can see we just tied that. So it's a really simple little process with your paper piercer. All right, so we've got that all done. Now we can come in and we can work with our crisp cantaloupe, because see, I can talk and I can get names right sometimes. Okay, I'm going to come in with that crisp cantaloupe. And you remember when I showed you on this punch that there was a hole in the middle? Well, there's actually a stamp in the middle. It's a little bonus stamp from Stampin' Up. You're going to get this great polka dot. Well, I love polka dots, but I found that when I took my crisp cantaloupe and stamped it on the crisp cantaloupe cardstock, it was just a little too dark for me. So I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to stamp off on scratch paper, and then I'm going to stamp it. Ink it up, stamp off, stamp. So let's do this very quickly. In fact, rather than watch me do all that, I have one done. So you can see I just kind of got a little bit lighter look, which is what I was going for. We're now going to cut out our window. So I'm going to come back in with the decorative label, and kind of just like we did before, I'm going to push it in, line it up from side to side, but I'm going to bring it down so I give myself just a little bit there on the edge, so that I can put my window. We'll punch that out. Beautiful. Now let's come back in with that Coastal Cabana punch that we did, and back in with the Coastal Cabana ink. And from the really good greetings, I've got a gee thanks. Gee thanks, I love it. We're just going to stamp that. We're stamping it at the bottom of our of the decorative label punch. You know what? I caught a little edge there. I'm going to try that again. Sorry. It's kind of because I'm doing this a little bit at an angle with the camera. Oh, that looks much better. Okay, so we have that done. Let's take this, and we're just going to adhere that to the inside of our window. So we have that little look going on. Now we're ready to put together our focal point. Now, here's a little trick I've learned. When I've got some Stampin' Dimensionals on there, and when I adhere this, you can see I'm going to be covering up part of my window here, but I don't want any of this icky to show. It may work, it may not, and it's okay if some of that shows through. Whoops, my bow got caught. There we go. All right, so what I want you to do is just very gently lay that in place so that I can open it. Oh, bonus for Connie! Look, I missed it, because look, here in my sample, you can see I caught a little bit of that, and I wish I had noticed it. So you can see I now have something pretty there. Like I said, if some of the punching shows through, you're fine. Don't stress over it. Okay, so I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a press. I'm good to go. Now let's cover up all this ugly. I can't stand it. I'm going to take that punch that I cut out for my window, of course the polka dot side down, because I'm not going to have that show. We're going to cover up that ugly. We're then going to take our For You. I've adhered that to my scallop that I punched out. I've got a couple dimensionals there as well. We put that right in the middle. And this was a little bit naked for me. Little naked, didn't like it. So that little flower that we punched out, let's come back in with that paper piercing mat. And my paper piercer, only I'm going to use the flat end of the paper piercer. We're going to give that a push. We've got a beautiful little flower now. And I've just put a mini glue dot on the back of it. We're going to adhere that right there. And of course, every flower needs something in the center, and I always think it should be bling. So let's add just one of our rhinestones there to the middle. And we have got a great thank you card. What do you think? I just thought it was a fantastic look for a card. I love the polka dots, and I especially love just how much we got out of that cardstock. Well, guys, thanks so much for checking out today's card. Remember, you can find all of these brand new stamp sets at simplysimplestamping.com. You can order right online through my online store and have it delivered to your door. And hey, while you're at it, you can also order flashcard kits to go. This kit that I used here is from the In Colors kit, so you'll get the Coastal Cabana and the Crisp Cantaloupe, and of course Whisper White, Berry Vanilla, and 8 other colors. So it's a pretty awesome deal. 40 cards for $39.95. Everything cut and ready for your creativity. Well, thanks again so much for tuning in today. Be sure to check us out again at simplysimplestamping.com, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.